I did it! It's working! The thing that I made, haha, it's working. Oh, I'm so happy. Also, hi, good morning, everybody. Oh my god, I did not expect a bunch of people to be in here on Jump at 6 a.m. I mean, I know some of y'all are across the pond. But yeah, hi. Thank you, son, for the big drink. Hey, Maxie. And, oh, and Kadangus. And yes, you know, sometimes I kind of prefer streams that are just like full screen game and audio, like voice over only and no webcams and stuff. And I do that sometimes, but I've been doing so much webcam lately, and I kind of like this layout vibe that I got going on right now. And I've been animating a lot lately, so I made myself a little PNG tuber. Thanks, Maxie, by the way, for the recommendation on the program. I'm using it right now. I do wish that I could eventually get a program where I could, because I made so many freaking, I don't know if you can tell, but I made so many different lip flap shapes. So I kind of wish that I could get a program where I could actually sync it to my like vowel sounds and stuff on my microphone the way that VTube Studio does with 3D models. You can like set it to make certain shapes when you say certain vowels and whatever. I want that, but PNG software doesn't have that, so it just does random stuff. And for some reason, even though I don't have any effects added to it, it's just the static like GIF cycle or whatever. For some reason, when I talk, my tits light up, and I don't know why. I don't know what's doing that. But I can't, it's bothering me. I guess it's just what it is. Anyways, thank you. You need to animate your PNG tuber to be like the DVD screensaver. Actually, that's a genius idea. It seems to be a GIF error. My shit does it too. Oh, really? Okay, well, I'm glad to know. I thought because my top is green and the chroma key is like that bright lime green, that like maybe something funky was happening there, but that's where the sound is actually coming from. Anyways, I'm also running on very little sleep, but I'm in that fun, like, you ever stay up too late and like you get tired and then you get like a weird loopy second wind? That's where I'm at right now. So, I'm a little bit loopy, but I am awake as fuck. I think it was this save file that I was going with, because we're doing the true ending, right? So I think it's this part. We did the other two endings. I think there's more than that actually, but we did the pirate ending and the apocalyptic ending, and I think I got all the prerequisites, if I'm not wrong. There's one option here I haven't done yet. Yeah, good ending, Hunt. Hopefully this will do it. It'll at least be an ending, I think. Okay, so I think this is right when we killed the king, maybe? This is a turning point in his life. Yes, okay, good. I saved it exactly the right spot. So last time, I think I did Blame Me, and that was the pirate ending. Which seemed like, at the time, I was like, oh, that's gotta be the good option to choose, right? And then I realized, like, way too late that I was like, oh no, I left Sep behind. Uh-oh. Which is like, I love the pirate ending, but I don't love leaving Sep behind. Alright, I'll prove you wrong.
I don't care how you spin it. This ain't right. It's the same in the end. Someone's always pulling the threads behind the curtains. So what if Eka is trustworthy? What if you are? What if the next one that comes along ain't as nice?
Oh, this is picking right back up on a conversation we were having last time, too. About how I'm all about, like, overthrowing the government and, like, pushing equality. But then it's always like, inevitably some asshole comes along and is corrupted and just ruins everything for everyone. I hate it.
We're switching one problem for another in the end. And I won't live with more secrets. knowing I'm just leaving everyone exposed.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just Sep, too. We left all of the Barhan people at the temple behind. And Zhao, we left Zhao behind.
You don't get to decide whose lives are worth saving and who gets to be fodder for your cause, Grab. You don't know us as well as you think you do. If anyone got to deal with the problems of the kingdom, it's the people who live here.
Oh yeah, good shout, actually.
Ain't nobody in this world gonna join a hypocrite like you.
Hypocrite. Oh yeah, how's the volume, by the way? I feel like I sound louder than normal, and what's up with that? Remember, you don't have to invent a secret government just to hate. It's perfectly legal to dislike the real government and want to change it. Oh no, that's what I mean. I mean, boy howdy, are there a lot of things that need to change within our own government. The problem is that it's like it's been built up over time. There's so much to dismantle, and it's all shit.
Then I suggest you start running.
Okay.
Not that it'll do you much good.
He didn't need to be told twice. Adder ran faster than he ever knew he could. Oh wait, this is the end. Wait, this is the good ending? I think I remember this part. I don't remember this being part of the good ending though. Anyways, a shadow with yellow eyes remained inches away from him. In a different world, in a different situation, perhaps. He could have outrun her based on talent. But he was bound to his body, and it was broken in ways that would never heal again. He would never live to the fullest of his potential. Oh, maybe we just die. Maybe this is the baddie. All he could do to lighten his feet was lose the impression of dignity he'd found over the last few days.
Hey, Bones. I'm sorry it had to come to this. No hard feelings, right? We've always known this was how it was going to go down in the end.
I remember being so fucking winded after this session. Adder shoved a pedestal down and turned around a corner in purposefully deserted corridors. He knew that she was hurting him again, just like the first time they met, exactly to where she wanted him to be.
For what it's worth, I really liked you. Really, really liked you. I'm kinda glad I get to hunt you, though. It's like a bonding experience. I get to be exactly as I am in your last moments. And you get the beast you feared. We don't need to pretend anymore.
Adder rammed straight into a door, hoping for anything at the other side. Surprised guards, horrified nobles, a maid tidying up a room, anything! But she'd led him straight into an elegant... Wait, I know that garderobe. I know, I've seen that word before. At the edge of a wall instead, of course. Direct access to the sewers.
Here's the thing, Bones. I don't think I'd be able to hold myself back if I killed you now. I'd just savor you, bit by bit, all to myself. And that'd make a huge mess, you know. It'd be pretty hard to explain. What with all the guards around and all.
The door opened once again. An albino smith with a vacant expression stood before him.
So I won't be doing the honors this time.
How?
Sorry, pup. It looks like she did have a breath of energy left somewhere. Long enough to carry you back to the ship, I hope.
Aina, no. Please. Not you.
Adder's desperate pleas did nothing to deter Aina's advance.
I think I'm going to take a page from your book and roast you with potatoes. It just seems like the right thing to do.
I'm not gonna lie. Venison and potatoes sounds really fucking good right now. Aina threw her arms back, swinging her maul with unnatural strength.
Boss, please!
Ah! Why am I still so surprised at these turns? God damn it. The reason I keep harping on it is because my memory when it came to projects I was involved in used to be immaculate, and I think I'm losing it, y'all. A hunk of metal came down full force on the wolf, sending her flying against a wall. Her body dropped down on the floor with the ugliest splatter of blood trailing behind her.
sis.
Aina raised her hammer again, poised to slam it over her sister's head. Adder immediately threw his whole weight against the hammer.
Aina, that's enough! Quit that!
Aina turned her blank face to Adder. Her spirit seemed to snuff into nothing right there and then.
What are you doing, Bones? You should just let her finish me now. I'm never gonna stop hunting you for as long as I live. May as well live with one enemy less.
Those wind chimes? Me likey.
If I get rid of you now, we're gonna have to deal with a bunch of angry captainless beasts later. Better the evil you know, right?
Wow. Good thinking. You've always been great at coming up with excuses.
Fully uncertain of what the future may hold, Adder lifted Aina's empty body within his arms and ran away from the castle.
Good luck, Bones. I'll catch you later.
I only have Adder's words to go by what happened next. He always swore that nobody would stop him as he ran back all the way through the royal pathway to the Temple of Hirub with Aina in tow. That the guards somehow sensed the urgency of his mission and moved to let him pass. I've always known this to be a lie by the amount of blood covering both him and Aina's hammer in his hand, but I let him tell the story as he wished it had happened instead. Zhao was already awake by the time Adder collapsed in the temple gate, and it took all of her strength and Burbith's to drag him back inside. He could only remember rattling out 2 breathless words.
There, here.
Adder came to hours later, to the sound of furious screaming. It was a voice he knew well. This motherfucker.
Show your faces! Give us the murderer and walk out alive, or die together like cockroaches!
Give yourself up, then! No one has spilled more blood over this land than your army!
The murderer. That was supposed to be him, was it? Adder turned his head away from the window, his eye focused and unfocused over the silhouette on the chair next to his bed. He could tell the shape of Zhao's horns against the firelight.
Did you really do it?
Yeah.
Silence.
I see.
It spelled the beginning of the end of a friendship. Yo, what's up, Sotenbori?
I've finished going over my calculations. We're ready to start.
Trying to dispel the blurriness cast upon his sight, Adder blinked hard and then focused again on the fire, obscured by Burbith and another shape he could not recognize. Wait a minute. We're not doing this again, Burbith. We're not. Hey. Stop that. Did you do it? Yes. Cool. I would have too.
Can you stand?
Adder lied again. Step after step, the exhausted boy scanned the room as he tottered ahead. He found Aina's lifeless body tucked into a corner and breathed the smallest sigh of relief. Outside, on the patio, Itor's riders prepared for battle. Behind them, the entire congregation huddled into a mass of screams of all kinds.
We tried our best to help the people escape, but Hitor wouldn't have it after all. He's made plenty clear what will happen to me if I try to stop him.
Pride before reason. Can't say I don't understand somehow.
Zhao sent an exhausted look in Adder's direction. He could clearly sense all the conflicting emotions over the dark circles in her face. Why was the most pressing question of all, just the one he couldn't answer. he couldn't find it in his heart to betray yet another friend. So he just kept walking towards Burbeth instead.
All my hours of tireless labor, all the research and the arguments and the sleepless nights have led to this moment. I present to you, my friends, my latest invention. I call it the Pain Briquette.
Burbeth presented them with a terribly named compressed tablet, the size of half his hand.
In the same way alcohol soothes us or enrages us, or some herbs have anesthetic properties over our skins, allowing us to lose our feeling for a short time. It stands to reason that medicine could affect our sensibility to emotional distress as well.
So,
Okay.
we could have just dumped some beer on her?
Why? Are you listening to yourself? The high water content could have put out the fire altogether. Not to mention the way alcohol tends to combust when exposed to a heat source. Ah! To think some of you made it to adulthood.
Burbeth.
It's my fault for forgetting I speak to the unversed. I have toiled hours away to create this dry, potato starch-bound tablet that can be consumed easily and narrow down the range of effects to something that should ensure enough numbing as to allow her a chance to process whatever pain brought her to this state.
What, so we're giving her, like, SSRIs? What's happening? I love that everything always comes back to potatoes. This is a very pro-potato game.
You think that'll be enough?
No, of course not. It is as you said, friend. Life may be pain, but we need not face it alone. This shall only be a tool in the upcoming battle, but the personal component shall make all the difference in its success. And if it fails, well, at least we can say we tried.
So a Pringle! Yeah! I'm all about, we love pro-potato games in this house. It's making me hungry, though. Anti-de-Pringles! Yeah, after this stream, I'm gonna go for a nice long walk to a cafe down the road. I say down the road. It's like a mile and a half from here, but it get me some breakfast. Adder felt compelled to say something, to fight Burbeth's decision. There surely had to be an alternative of sorts, right? Anything that could still his fearful heart. No. No matter what Burbeth had offered, nothing in this world would have made Adder feel at ease. Thoreau hung his head and nodded.
Then all that's left is adding the briquette directly to the fire. Adder, would you care to do the honors?
The tablet only looked remotely appropriately sized within Adder's enormous hands. Mile and a half isn't that far, but I suppose you do live in pedestrian hell. See, yeah, that's the problem. A mile and a half really isn't that bad. I mean, it's 3 miles because I gotta go there and then back, but it's not that bad. It's a pretty good walk. The problem is that none of the roads in this fucking town... Would you believe that I live in what's called a city? They have the audacity to call themselves a city. And none of the roads have sidewalks. Like, none. Like, there's a sidewalk that starts at the end of my road and then ends at the next block. And then there is no other sidewalk for the rest of that entire trip. It's so stupid. Not even a dirt path. Like, it's all just, there's like brush all the way up to the edge of the road. I almost get hit by cars all the time. But I mean, like, if I survive, it's on them because I'm just gonna sue them. Not really. I don't have a lawyer. I'm poor. But yeah, and the problem is that, like, you know, I'm 33. I'm relatively able-bodied, but like I see small children and like older and enfeebled people walking on this same really busy road all the time, no sidewalks. It's infuriating. This is a problem all over the US though, because our entire country is built around having a car, so like no one ever thinks about making cities walkable. It drives me insane. Anyway. He turned to face Zhao, desperate for some kind of permission. She couldn't help the sigh that escaped her lips. Doing her best not to look conflicted, Zhao put a hand on the small of his back and gave him a little encouraging slap.
It's your moment. Show us what you're made of.
Adder carefully balled his hand into a fist. He made a couple of tentative steps towards the forge, and then kneeled down in front of the fire. Walkable City's discourse is fucking hilarious to me. Why? The Dutch should take over and do all pedestrian infrastructure. I mean, anything is better than what we have, to be completely honest. I'm pretty sure most of the cities and towns in North Carolina are among... The last time they did, like, a survey on it, they're, like, the least walkable places in the entire country, if I remember rightly. It's really ridiculous. And they see places like Japan where people ride their bikes everywhere, and there are just, like, bike lanes everywhere, and I'm just like, why can't we have that? Hello?
Hey, Sip. We ain't got much time now, but I wanted to say again that I'm here for you. Forever and ever. No matter how we sink, I know we're gonna find a way to bring us back to the surface.
Adder reached into the flame, letting the tablet dissolve into the fire. And immediately felt transported elsewhere. Are we back in her mind? The slow twitch of a finger grazing against the sand, the feeling of loose hair strands on his forehead. Adder could tell that his spirit had been returned to him after a journey elsewhere. He could see, at last, that he had emerged from the fire into the Temple of Hirub. But not the real one, no. It was a slightly distorted world. The world as seen from the other side of a looking glass. A cage of sorts. This one side wants to be able to walk to a shop, grab food, walk to work, get money, and then walk home. Yeah, that's what I want. The other side claims a 15-minute city will result in the government locking you to your block and you aren't allowed to go anywhere without their approval. That's insane. That's an insane thing to think. Why? Just because your city has everything within 15 minutes walking distance doesn't mean you can't also drive. What the fuck is that logic? Hello? This sounds like some conspiracy theory shit. We're not gonna be under martial law just because we can walk. What's going on? Hello? That's really funny. Now I see what you mean about being fucking hilarious. Adder turned away from the blurred image of his friends and inwards, onto the dunes he'd already faced once before. Hey, we're here, we made it. He found her before long. A taciturn silhouette looking disinterested in his direction. So absorbed she was in this that she needed a moment to notice the new presence in front of her. I have to go take the partner to lunch and then to the train station, so I'll be gone. Oh, okay! Enjoy your lunch. I'm so looking forward. All that talking about going down to the cafe. I'm so hungry now. I'm excited about breakfast. So maybe I'll still be here when you get back, but maybe not. Either way, I'll see ya. I'm getting sushi? Nice. Nah, I need breakfast food. I need potatoes, actually. This game makes me want potatoes. I want potatoes. I'll be back for like 5 hours or 4 hours. Oh, I won't be here then. But I am, if everything goes well, me and Jeremy should be streaming Yakuza tonight. We'll see how that goes. My sleep schedule might fuck that up, but we're gonna try.
Oh, Adder. You're back.
Hi, Sep.
Sip, is that really you?
Sep stretched out a hand in front of her own face. She turned left and right, as if wondering the exact same thing.
The one you that could bear to speak out of all of me, I suppose. It's been hard keeping the others in line lately. Every thought feels like walking through molasses.
Mood.
It was easy enough to speak my mind to you last time. Every part of me agreed that it was madder at you than anything else in the world. But now, well, shame and regret finally caught up to us.
Let's leave it at that.
No, we ain't leaving it at that. What's going on? Tell me what happened. How'd you end up like this?
Have you ever felt like you wished the Earth would swallow you?
Yes.
Like disappearing from existence at the smallest mistake?
Yes.
Something like a need to torture yourself before anyone else can get their chance to hurt you.
Yes. Yes, all three.
What am I saying? I know you have. You're a glutton for punishment. It feels good, doesn't it? To justify mistakes with injury. It's so much easier to think there must be a price to pay for every error, a debt which will eventually be paid through your own suffering.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of what's going on internally underneath all of that. You may be depressed, trademark. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Sip, what happened?
You know what happened.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess depression is... I don't know that I have, like, a chronic clinical depression. It's more like CPTSD does stuff sometimes. I don't know. Sep vanished without a word.
That was just a mistake. You didn't mean to.
I'm tired of making mistakes. I'm done pretending that I have the strength to live past them. Do not ask me to return, Adder. I will not be coming back.
Yep, CPTSD fucking sucks. And it, you know, I got to a point where I thought that I had, like, processed a lot of that, and I was like, ah, yes, I am cured. No. Nope. Well, I mean, I was doing okay for a while, but, and then I got a whole new trauma to add to the pile of trauma, so, you know. There are good days and bad days. This game is me processing mine. Yeah, that's probably why it's so damn relatable. It's like, hey, forget the furry angle. Are you autistic? Do you have CPTSD? Do you like lore? Do you like to read? This game's for you, champ. Yeah.
Okay, I won't ask you to come back. I won't tell you to please live for me or for anyone. Just let me ask you this. Is this really what you want?
As suddenly as she'd left, Sep manifested her image again, turned away from the stag.
What I want? If I truly had what I wanted, I would like to stop the world instead of myself. Leave it frozen for just a moment.
That's a mood.
I would like to walk in the darkest streets at night and steal someone's food, take my clothes off and go swimming in the sea. I would like to live a life free of expectation.
Damn, that sounds tight. Wait, no, I'm on board with this. How do we make this happen? Yo, Kyle! Oh, congrats on the hookup. That's awesome. Life is weird.
But you've already done all that stuff.
No, not like that. I'm not truly free. If I were, my life wouldn't be like this. I would go out there and start again. I would learn so many things. I would read all the books in the world and have time for them all.
Yeah, no, this actually hits pretty hard right now, specifically in my life.
No one knows more than you do.
You don't understand. It's not about what I know. It's about who I am. If I could be myself, I would never stay in one place. I'd never spend more than a day with anyone else. No more memories to tear me apart. No one left to remember my mistakes. I would rest so well if I could make everything disappear. I'd know peace at last.
Those are all things you love from life.
You're telling me all the things you love and how you'd love to keep doing them forever if you weren't so afraid and hurt. You don't want to die, Sep. You want to change the way you live.
Sep blinked. She shut her eyes once, and again, as red filled white. There were no clouds in the sky, but drop after drop precipitated against the ground. Like a dam finally breaking deep inside, uncontrollable tears ran down Sep's face. She screamed from the bottom of her heart.
Make it go away. Please. Please. I don't know how to live with the pain. Everyone knows. Everyone always knew. I can't live with that. Please.
Hey, what's up, best viewers? Bye. Oh, whoops. Actually got out of the game window. Oh, you're gonna marry your inaugural Hermit girlfriend. Congrats. Welcome to being polyamorous. It rules.
I can't make the pain go away. And I don't know if anyone can. But I can offer you a hug. I've had a few of those lately, and they felt for real nice.
Man, I bet Adder gives the best hugs. Look at those fucking hands, bro. After a moment of hesitation, the image of Sep reappeared into Adder's arms. He wrapped them around her as softly as he would embrace a baby, afraid he would harm her somehow.
Right? Ain't that great? Just imagine how good they feel with the real deal. Whoa! Whoa! I'm so sad I never got to give you a hug back when I was all nice and round.
Oh my god.
It'd be a real tragedy if I never get to give you one chubby adder hug.
Oh my god, the round boy. It's been so long I forgot that he used to be so round. Oh my god, I bet Chubby Adder gives the best hugs.
Are you seriously trying to bribe me right now?
Is it working?
Yes.
Hey,
That's
there she
certainly
is.
something worth living for, isn't it?
It's all what it comes down to is finding the little things. Just little things to be like, if I died, I would miss that. I mean, you wouldn't because you'd be dead, but it's those little thoughts, you know?
I love you so much, Sep. No matter what happened in the past, I love the person you are now. I love you with all the good and the bad. I want to spend the rest of my life learning to be me around you.
I love how that sounds.
Girl?
Oh, that ain't fair. You can't just come for my heart like this, ma'am.
Sep chuckled as she spun around in Adder's arms, brighter and brighter. Soon, a completely different being towered over Adder.
You know, that hat looks really good on you.
You don't think it's too large?
Can't believe you'd ask me something like that. This the real you, then?
No. To seek to find a true self among the many sides that make up a mind is a fool's errand. This is simply one side I can't bear to show to anyone else.
It kinda rules.
When someone sees this side of me, that is all they will think of me after all. They will not remember all the time I've spent being the me I wish to be. They'll only know when the mask slips.
When you talk about it that way, it sounds like you think it's the real you.
I wish it was. To carelessly let out every part of me. To be unsightly in every regard. To be all fangs and nails and mud. That would be everything, wouldn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about, girl. You look great.
Yeah, being Ana must feel pretty great.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, my end of life goal is to be an old woods witch that all the children in the neighborhood are afraid of. So, you know, I kinda rock with this.
That's a fair point. You love Ana like the terrible disaster she is. Would you love me if I was like her?
Sure, I wouldn't mind tidying after you too.
What if I looked like this?
I mean, not for me, but I'm not saying that it's not, you know, I'm not saying it's bad. Sepp shifted into an annoyingly perfect imitation of Elbar.
Oh, it's gonna take me a bit to adapt, but I'm sure we can find plenty of ways to...
Oh, what if I turned into a lemon?
I love lemons.
I would plant you in my garden and cherish you. And look at your beautiful lemon tree self approximately every 10 seconds.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Is that a reference to the lemon stealing horse? Oh my god! Why does that keep coming up lately? I hadn't thought about it in years, because it's so old, right? And then someone brought it up on Tumblr like a couple weeks ago or something, and Daniel had never heard of it before, so I had to show it to Daniel and explain it. And then I got into watching Hell of a Boss, and in Blitz's office, there's a fucking lemon tree that says no whores. And now this, like, in the span of like a month, lemon stealing whores has just become a thing that's come back into the, like, I guess, like, the memeplex of, like, where we're at right now, culturally. Someone introduced me to it when I was in Japan, like, recently. Oh, man. It's been around for so long that, like, I really honestly had just forgotten about it for a minute. And the 10 seconds line kills me every time. So I think has it been 10 seconds since we last looked at our lemon tree? And the way the guy goes, hey, what the fuck? I love it so much. Oh my god, that took me out. Oh fuck, Sepp laughed so hard that her stomach would have hurt in any other situation. I'm gonna have to clip that and send it to Sid and Daniel later. Holy shit.
I thought... I really thought reining in my emotions was the brave thing to do. All this time.
Forcing yourself to do a thing you don't like to prove you're all grown up ain't being brave. It's called being childish.
Yeah, funny how that works, right?
I'm not being...
Jessie pressed her lips together and looked away.
Fine, I admit it. That was childish of me. Now wipe that smirk right off your face, jerk.
Jerk? Hey, I'm not the one that goes around setting people on fire.
A jerk and a guilt tripper. But one I love nonetheless.
There it is. She said it. Their hands grazed against each other, incorporeally.
You want to get us out of here? There's a bunch of folks looking forward to meeting you outside. Heard you see for something?
Will I be good enough to help them?
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out with you.
Hand in hand, they walked out of her mind. Reality seeped into Sepp's world, leaving only after images in Adder's mind. When he came to, he was lying on the ground. Zhao stood by his side, gaping at the towel-clad figure in front of her. Yes, towel-clad.
So I guess this is the famous forge.
The gazelle took a few steps around Adder's workplace. She settled for an only sooty on one side bedsheet to cover her figure.
And you must be... Zhao?
my son?
Oh, look at her vibrating. Sepp barely grazed her hands against Zhao's ear tips, leaving a trace of char behind.
Well, aren't you adorable? I love hearing you stammer all over the place. Thank you for taking such good care of me, priestess.
Oh my god, I love her. Hey, Kafka, what's up? Yeah, I'm a cartoon today. I didn't feel like having the webcam on. Also, I mean, I spent a couple of days making it, so I was like, I might as well use it. Adder had to clamber forward to hold on to Zhao, lest the poor goat fall dead on her feet.
You never said she was so...
Women.
Shh, it's okay.
I know.
Oh, hey, friend. It's good to see you again. You're quite literally glowing.
Oh yeah, I was gonna make a comment about the fact that she's glowing. God, Sep with her hair down. Oh, please stop it. I can't handle women. Women. Sep stared at Burbeth with an unreadable expression. Then she turned her head towards the golem by his side.
If you'd dared wake me up in that, I would have murdered you all.
Oh.
But thank you for taking care of me too.
Sep turned her face towards the motionless creature laying a few steps behind them in the corner.
This is not the time to sleep, Pipsqueak.
Sep bent down and put her lips against Dana's. Hell yeah! Little by little, color returned to the albino smith's cheeks.
There. That should keep you going for a while.
Wait, Sep, oh no, I think I might be dead too. I might need to be revived too, oh no. I've been locked in work the past few months, but I've seen your progress and I just want to say, thank you. Honestly, it's like, sometimes I curse my... It's like cool and also not cool the way my autistic brain is, because it's like, I am self-employed right now. It's entirely up to me to get work, and I'm not doing it. And instead of dealing with the anxiety of trying to find work, I just am like, I'm just gonna draw for 6 hours and not think about it. So it's like, yeah, I'm having fun, and that brush pack that you gave me is my new favorite thing in the whole world, and I'm like, I never want to use another brush ever again in my life. But also, I probably shouldn't be spending that much time drawing. Ina took a hand to her lips. Once she could put two and two together, she turned redder than a tomato, trying to lunge at Sep out of sheer embarrassment. Sep just smirked in return.
You've all given me more than I can ever repay. I don't think I can make amends anymore, but I can atone at least.
Although the 10,000 hours are showing, just wanted to say, oh, thank you. It means a lot coming from you. It really does.
No, you don't gotta do any of that. We just gotta find a way to get.
Sep let a wistful smile crawl onto her face. I gotta make some art for you now. You've made me so much art. The problem is that I always have to let inspiration hit me. I'm not very good at planning and manifesting things. I just randomly am like, oh, I want to draw that. And then I do.
Adder, I don't want to change the way I live. I want to change the world.
Hell yeah. Sep's form shifted into a little comet headed for the roof. Everyone else ran onto the patio. Sep could hear it somewhere deep in her soul, the prayers. Cornered on the patio, huddled among the clamoring and the screams, prayers, driven by fear. They called for their Yasif. And they all drew silent when they came face to face with her image, newly formed and clad in nothing but a sheet blowing in the wind. Looking straight out of a sculpture. Yeah, she looking good, guys. She looking real good. The Yasif rose over the temple and roared. It was a deafening sound. One adder could have never imagined she was capable of making.
I am Yasif, and today, Berserk rises again!
The Yasif morphed again, into a creature the likes of which the world had never seen before. All Adder could think, as he saw the woman changing shapes in front of him, all flames and fangs and fear, was hunger. The transformation struck terror into the hearts of Vitor's band, but he still raised his sword in the air.
The Yasif blesses us today! She shall lead us to victory!
The band fell back together, screaming in unison as they watched the Yusif fly away into the skies, putting on a show for those that waited below. Chow didn't miss a beat.
They're distracted. This is our best chance to guide everyone to safety before the battle starts.
You and Bearber take care of that. Think you got enough juice left to handle the riders, Aina? You do that then.
Aina punched one hand against the other. Piece of cake.
Ada, aren't you coming with us?
You go ahead. The show ain't over for me yet.
In the middle of the panicking crowds, Zhao and Adder shared a hug. Their friendship is like my favorite thing.
We'll be waiting for you.
Please don't.
The sky cracked with electricity, roused by a rising star that crossed the sea of red gales forming over Heirloom. Embers rained over the city, turning to dust before they could harm the army besieging the temple. The Yusif landed on the roof with the delicacy of a dandelion, but the image of Grace was dispelled with yet another roar. Her maws opened with a trail of smoke, and soon they filled the air with a pillar of fire so hot that the air glowed white where it touched her body. God, the colors, the imagery is so cool. Even if the army hadn't been fighting for a dead king in a kingdom of uncertain future, even if they had been in their best possible shape, they still would have fled at the sight of this ungodly creature. Every single battalion surrounding the temple fell out of line and routed, far more scared of the divine punishment cast upon them than the life of shame that awaited them for deserting. Yeah, you better run. The Yusif shut her smoldering mouth, in what should have been a triumphant grin, but ended as a bitter grimace. Her gaze fell back on the throngs skittering below her.
Why? I'm here, walking the skies. It's finally within my grasp. I have the power to destroy all the people who looked down upon me. I could lay waste to the entire city and build anew. Isn't this what you always wanted?
The Yusif looked at her claws. She opened and closed them.
I guess that I won't ever shake my reins off.
Lost in her own mind, perched up on the gates, the Yusif didn't notice the approach of a single warrior towards her. He removed his helmet, for how could he keep his face hidden? Her presence was such that he barely managed to keep his mouth closed.
What an awe-striking sight you are. It is you, is it not? The regicide. No other creature in the world could hope to match the king's power. I wish I could escape as well, but seeing you now, I understand. At last, the reason I was brought to this world. My ultimate purpose is to erase your wicked beauty from Dakna. You are my destiny!
You truly are a fantastic actor, Sir Askadath. It takes talent to improvise like that.
You know my name, Beast?
I love it. You are my mission.
I do. I've thought so many times of how I'd rid myself of you one day. And yet, my heart drops, thinking of being apart from you on our final act. You've always dreaded to dream, but I hope you'll make an exception today. I shall be a nightmare just for you. Come, let's write together a spectacular end.
At thee, monster!
You know what? I gotta give it to him. He got balls for doing that. The Yusif threw her claws over Elbar, stealing the knight off the ground as he lifted his blade to strike her down.
Sep, get your tail down here this instant! And you, put that sword down, you dingus! She ain't done nothing to you!
No, Adder, let him cook.
What? Adder, don't mind. We're kind of in the middle of something.
That's right, one-eyed scoundrel. Use this chance to remove yourself from my sight. I don't have time to best you in battle. It is time I serve my kingdom and my liege.
What about serving your heart?
The Yusif and Elbar, frozen in place, exchanged a look.
Are you proposing to me?
I mean...
Is this the birth of Adelbar? Elbder!
Elbder! Elbersund. That was a good gasp.
No, I mean, listen to your heart. What's the
Listen
right
to
thing
your
do?
heart.
My heart clamors for vengeance!
Why? Hatter sighed so hard he felt his lungs turn inside out.
Fine. You got me. I am the Regis. It was me. It's my fault the king is dead.
Stealing my glory. What a cad. Silence, like a thundering storm.
You liar! No, it isn't! You're just some peasant!
You really think that matters? This rube here watched the king die. Just like I punched Bearby and I stole a bride to be you don't even remember having. There's no arguing that a peasant has done all those things, just like Lord Thumar knew I could.
How dare you speak of Thumar? Who do you think you are to put my father's name in your filthy mouth?
Listen, I don't know how to tell you this, Elbar, but your dad sucks. At least in my opinion. Adderside stepped to put Elbar down. After a few tense moments, she rolled her eyes and did so.
I am no one, sir. Your father, though, he was truly something else. As a knight, and as a man. Never met a deer more willing to give this shovelhands a chance to prove he could do anything he set his mind to. As long as he could live another day.
If you say so.
I was a soldier at his command. But I only fought, if you could call it that, till the day he died, and no more. Because that night, I ran in the opposite direction of the fort and never dared drag my ass back. You can go ahead and add desertion to my list of crimes.
Don't! Hi, yes, sorry, make way. Ex-best friend / landlord / manager / herald / lawyer coming through.
Gulf? I thought you'd left the city.
You said you had to take care of your sick sister.
I mean...
Yes, thank you. I think she's doing better now. Aren't you doing better, sis?
Suck my hoof, Guillaume.
Okay, that was great.
Yes, she's fine. Now it's Adder I'm worried about. As much as I've tried, oh, how I've longed to leave him behind with all of my teachings. I just can't stop myself when I see him digging himself into deeper and deeper holes. I shall be the one to...
No! No, gosh darn it, Gilf! I'm tired of letting y'all do all the talking for me. I got a mouth. I can stand up for myself just fine. Same thing I've done my whole life. I didn't cross half the world and made it to this city alive with half a face just out of good luck.
Adder, wait! I didn't mean what I said about being done with you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. You don't know what you're saying.
I know darn well what I'm saying. I'm telling the truth. This buck's gonna die either way, right? Least he could do is stop dragging people down with him.
That's far too noble a sentiment for a peasant. But what do you hope to achieve telling me this now? Are you trying to appeal to my compassion?
No, sir. I could never hope to ask for any pity from your family. Not after I got your pa killed, too.
You mean to tell me that you murdered my father?
That's what I thought for a long time, but now I hear that to kill and to let someone die are completely different things.
Yeah. Adder made a space for himself amongst all the gods and freaks in the city.
No, sir. Your pa died protecting a two-eyed coward that fell asleep on a watchtower. That coward thought he would carry his banner back to Thumar's sons to rid himself of his guilt. But he sold half of it for a plate of boiled peas and a full canteen.
Hey man, you gotta eat. It's just a banner.
Lord Thumar loved his sons more than anything in this world. He told me how you'd been sent to Heirloom, how his heart wept for Bearbith as well. And as I held his hand in his last moments, he whispered how much he lamented what he'd done to you.
Maybe this is because I have dad issues, but this is giving the end of She-Ra when Shadow Weaver is like, I'm so sorry, right before dying. And it's like, thanks! This is worthless. Like, I just don't have any sympathy for this man. Elvar staggered back. He looked at Adder deep in disbelief.
That's the one line that stuck with me as I made my way through the steps, hoping to get a chance to say all of this. But when I got here, they shut every door in my face. I wasn't important enough to see you. Only Knight's got that sort of privilege. I was broke and hungry and lonely, but I stayed, because I got a message to deliver, until I realized it was impossible. A buck like me'd never amount to anything in his life. I may as well just have never existed at all. His last will was wasted on some hayseed.
Dude, this track, by the way, slaps. I don't think we've heard this one before.
Ain't nothing left for me to say, sir. You can tighten another noose around my neck, or you can just cut it right now if you please. But I'm the one who let 2 people die. These folk had nothing to do with it.
Oh, this is Adder's theme? Oh, you only hear the first few notes every so often. Okay. Well, it slaps. I mean, I like all the music in this game. But I just like now was like, oh fuck. I'm kind of grooving right now. Elvar walked towards Adder, his chin high and his sword firmly clasped between his hands.
Rise, Sir Upperfield. It is you, isn't it? Such a noble heart cannot be hidden by the villainous costume you wear. Not when even this godly sight acknowledges you.
Oh, yes. How could I not recognize Sir Adderson? Spotlight stealer that he is.
I know, like, did we forget there's a literal god just standing right there, guys? Adder tried to wink at Sep, but all he managed was a blink.
We have caused each other so much grief, and yet your devotion to my father and your ideals didn't waver in the slightest. You made your choice on how to serve Akathor, and you stood by it to the end. Were that I was half the knight you are. You and all the Bahans in this temple are hereby banished from Heirloom. Do not return and we shan't give chase.
Say what? We gotta leave? But we won!
I could forgive the many offenses you've cast on me and on this city. But the future of this kingdom is uncertain. And I know the rest of the lords won't be so kind.
Yeah, honestly, this is for the best.
We can't guarantee the next king will make good on this promise. So I'll stay then, to ensure that is the case.
Previously lost among the crowd, Burbeth walked out of the gate. He let all eyes fall on him, and proudly made his way towards his brother.
Sir Upperfield, you bested me so easily. And you didn't even need to show all your cards. Now, what am I saying? You didn't even need to draw your sword.
Elvar immediately knelt down, unable to hide the happiness on his face any other way.
I will do as you wish, my liege.
Adder reached out towards Burbeth, putting a hand on his shoulder to turn him back.
You sure this is what you want?
It's high time I stopped running, my friend. The stars I was born under. They shall serve to bring about their own demise. We will live to see a day where we're equals.
Hell yeah, Burbeth, man. What a fucking arc this guy went through, am I right? Hello? Did something happen? Hello? Huh? What was that? Uh-oh. What did I do? Okay. I was like, I think I accidentally clicked outside of the window or something. Okay. That was me. That was my bad. Right as Burbeth pulled away from his whisper, Elvar surrounded Adder in a tight embrace that nearly fractured his ribcage all over again.
Thank you for lifting this weight off my heart!
The group melee against Aino was completely futile and only served to entertain her. Bandit after bandit just fell exhausted before her, without so much as landing a hit.
This is only a distraction. Riders, regroup!
But Hitor's realization came too late. Even though he understood this, he still ran from corner to corner of the temple, barking orders and watching desperately as everyone turned past him. He'd lost all credibility among the people who simply wished to leave. The only ones that walked towards him were Zhao, Adder, and a small contingent of rather displeased gazelles.
It's over, y'all. Time to get walking.
No, this can't end so easily. This is the moment to fight. This is the day we change history.
Read the room, guy. Come on, we get to leave with our lives.
What are our miserable lives worth next to those of all that will follow? I refuse to give up. Where is the Yasif? She was supposed to lead us to...
Victory? A lofty goal for an army of drafted corpses.
A gazelle-sized and shaped Yasif strolled in, clasping her hands behind her back. Though the people on the patio didn't know her visage, and her dress wasn't quite up to her standards, her aura of royalty persisted.
I have heard a lot about you, Idor. We share the same goals, and I know that, out of everyone here, you would be the most capable of achieving them. But I will not have you sacrificing innocent people to my name. Today is not the day we make our stand.
No! It's now or never, can't you see? They're only letting us escape because they're terrified of you! Why won't you use your power?
Sep hung her head low, unable to find the right words to reply. Her power? How could she ever bear to use it and stand tall among mortals, when she already carried the weight of too many corpses on her conscience? So she finally whispered, removed of all spirit once again.
Because I wouldn't be able to live with what happened next.
Itor shook his head in disbelief. He turned to look at Zhao, desperate for guidance.
Priestess, say the word. What will you have us do?
The soldier that flees lives on to fight another battle.
Itor clenched his teeth so hard they seemed about to break. He let out a scream and turned their back to them and leapt onto his tree.
You are all the same in the end! Promising the world until the real fight comes along, and then you cower in your contentment! I will not wait for change at the pace it suits the people stepping on our necks just because you're afraid of dirtying your hands!
Itor shook Aram's reins, turning his ride so as to face the people remaining.
No kings or gods will free you! Follow me if you understand that much!
Okay, bye. With this, Itor rode away into the city. Most of his band and the most ardent fighters among the civilians left with him, never to be seen again in the congregation. Only a few people were close enough to Zhao to hear her one-sided promise to him.
I won't let it end here.
Adder turned to look at the Temple of Hirub one last time. He watched his friends marching among the crowd.
Shall we go then?
Adder nodded, with his head low. Night in the steppes, broken only by the bonfire, the moon, and the stars, and the huge celebration making the languid crickets wish they didn't have neighbors.
Sing your woes, my friend. Sing them loud and clear.
Sing and share a cup. The pain sinks in the beer.
I can't believe they're still singing.
Tell me about it.
Yaf and Kobsop shared a surprised look.
Come on, at least we're all together. And we have the Yasif with us.
They're totally gonna bang, aren't they?
With her, you mean?
Zhao and Sep were lying down on a rug on their own little corner, speaking in hushed Basaktet.
So, what's life like up there? I've always wanted to see Akde Moisirat.
Me too, actually. I was like pretty fascinated by it when I was reading that in the encyclopedia, and I was like, well, we're never going there, but I'd like to see what it's like.
It's beautiful. The nights are long in Bleak Night, and the day never ends in dawn soon. But life is harsh, and the sun is always cold. So much so that you could die of exposure if you're not careful, even at home.
Oh? I think I read something about ibexes taking off their clothes and snuggling together to keep warm.
Sep, oh my god, you're gonna make her combust.
During blizzards, I suppose. It's a good way to raise someone's temperature when they're freezing, my son.
Fancy that. I'm starting to get kind of cold.
Zhao thoughtlessly reached out for Sep's arm and started rubbing it warmer.
We should find you something with sleeves then.
The goat only realized what she was doing when she saw Sep's surprised face in front of her.
I'm so sorry. I'll get you a blanket.
Oh my god, she's so cute. I love her. An extremely flustered Zhao jumped to her feet and scrambled away.
Sleeves? Really?
Oh, hi, Echo.
Don't worry. I'm sure she's heard worse.
Zhao's mouth opened and closed senselessly. Eka drew her hand away from Aina, just as a compartment snapped shut on the smith's chest. The tall wolf put a finger over her lips.
Shh. Don't mind me. I just wanted to drop by for a moment to wish my sister a safe journey. Say bye to Bones for me when he's not sulking, yeah? I don't think he'll be happy to see me now.
Are you sure you can't stay for one drink?
Zhao. Oh my god, Zhao.
It wouldn't work out, kid. I'd eat you whole before you knew it.
Eka patted Zhao's shoulder and then slunk away into the night.
I was counting on that.
Aina let a heavy hand fall on Zhao's other shoulder. She flashed her an ill-boding smile, showing every last fang in her mouth.
My devotion to the Jussafe remains unbreakable after all.
I need emotional backup, Adder. Your new friend is too cute.
I know, right? She's so cute.
Oh no, I'm not gonna go play third wheel with y'all again. Zhao is terrifying about it.
Can you blame her? It's not every day you get to meet your goddess.
That's the least of her worries now.
Adder sank a little more into himself. Sep leaned forward as well, wrapping her arms around his neck.
Don't just wander off on your own like that. I haven't had my fill of you yet.
I just needed some fresh air.
We aren't precisely lacking in that around here. It's a tad too fresh, if you ask me.
You'll get used to it.
Like you with taverns and parties?
Just about.
There was a pause.
What's on your mind, Adderson?
She didn't need to ask, but she still did. And that somehow made all the difference. Adder's mouth clicked open. He looked haggard when he spoke.
He was already dead when I found him.
What?
Lord Thumor. I arrived too late. He had already been trampled to death when I found him.
Adder could not bring himself to look at Sep's face as he said this. Having mustered all of his courage to come this far, now he felt like the world was crashing in on him. The poor boy shut his eye and hid his head between his arms, waiting for some sort of divine punishment. Surprise, I have dad issues too, right? I'm just kind of like, listen, the stuff they were saying about how he treated them when they were kids, yeah, you don't get to change all of a sudden or like turn around in your last moments and being like, oh, just kidding, I loved my kid. No, fuck you. You should have acted better when you were there. Hell yeah. This is the best twist ever. Fuck death redemptions. Even worse, it was a lie. Fuck yeah. For a minute or so, there was no follow-up, only silence. A silence of sorts, given the festivities in the background. Not a single word was uttered. Not even a chuckle, rare as that was. Sep rested her elbows on the railing, putting some distance between them.
That doesn't mean he didn't think what you said.
Eh.
Ain't no one can ask him now.
And that's a good thing.
Sep looked up towards the stars in the sky. The Hatsa, running in all sorts of colors.
Only the living remain in this world. Loving and hurting and dying with every beat in our hearts. Desperate for the freedom to be chained to the affection of others. You'll only know who you are through the eyes of someone else, remember? His story was yours as much as it was theirs. You are the person that wrote his final act into one of love.
Yeah, and I mean, that was very kind. and obviously meant a lot to both of them. My cynical ass was just like, and what? So what if he really did say it? So, what about it? What am I supposed to do with that information? But, you know, sometimes a lie can be a kindness to some people. I mean, that's why people have religion, right? Had her sniffed.
So I'm a liar, but I'm kind.
Yeah, basically.
You are a good man. I love that about you.
A lump formed in Adder's throat upon hearing her words. A sob wanted to escape from his chest, but he did his best to hold it back. He sank to the ground, face buried in his knees.
You're so unfair.
Cries and chuckles soon started mixing into one another. Adder hung his head deeper and deeper, holding on to the railings lest he fell into the ravine below them. Sepp crouched down next to him and planted a little kiss on his snout.
Oh, you love me.
I do.
Her hand moved to his cheek. Once more, though with his implicit permission this time, she planted a kiss on his lips.
Ah! No, not the cliff! Ah!
Aina, he already apologized! Stop!
Adder and Sepp turned their faces sharply away from each other. Aina was lifting Gyoff over her head, stomping her way to the edge of the mesa they were resting on.
Well, you know what they say. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Someone better make sure Gyoff don't get killed too dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't want that.
Sap.
Fine. I'll handle Aina.
Say what? No, you take care of Gyoff.
Aina, time to refill your batteries.
Oh my god, Sepp, please. Ah, the throuple. I ship them so hard.
Sepp, what do we say about personal space? Are you listening to me? Hey, Sepp!
Okay, I have to ask, is there anything that changes in this part? Since this is like the true ending? Okay, this is the same. Just checking. I ran out of money. All that changes is the epilogue. Hey, that's fair. That's totally fair. Wait, is it just implied, or am I misremembering that, did we explicitly, confirm who the narrator is? I mean, I know who the narrator is, but, you know. Nope. Ooh, okay. Well, I mean, I'll just keep that knowledge with me. I feel like, I don't know if it's because I know who the narrator is, but I feel like the implications are there. There are enough breadcrumbs where I feel like a lot of people can make that guess. Because, I mean, I feel like I actually guessed before you even told me. I just wanted you to confirm it for me. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I forgot the skipping does the... You won't get away with this. My lord ordered this research. Oh, fuck. I forgot all about Taylid. Hey, boo.
Haven't you heard? The kingdom is deep in debt. I've come to collect our dues.
I own you! All of you.
Oh, Taylid. I hate you, but I love you. I just, I can't hate you. I love your voice actor so much. Nope, you'd think there's a whole baguette, but people think it's a rotisserie instead. Really? Really? I'm so surprised at that. It seems so, like, there's only so many options, you know? But okay.
No one will save you now, little knight.
And with that sweet Chivo, I think that sits me at 100%. I think I got all the trophies. Let's go. I love this world so much. I am genuinely going to miss it. Like, oh, that is all the endings. I wasn't sure if I was missing one or not. I couldn't remember. But yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite projects that I've ever been a part of, but even outside of that, what a colorful world. I loved it so much. I hope y'all, like, if anybody's, like, watching this VOD or whatever, that y'all pick it up for yourselves. I guess if you've already watched me play through all of it. But still, do it anyway. It's really good. Please and thank you. And yeah, and also leave it a review on Steam. I've already done that, but y'all should do that too. And I also want the art book to happen so badly. And I really think Adder is probably one of my favorite characters in a long time. I just like how he's so goofy out the gate, but everybody has so much, like, complexity to them, and I love that. Ugh. And that is the Hayseed night, y'all. Damn, and I've been live for an hour and a half. That was a pretty chonky ending, too, right? Because, I mean, I saved right before the actual last, like, cutscene. Damn, she thick! Yeah, it's chunky. Also, you know, women. I love how unapologetically queer this is, too. I don't understand how people don't understand how queer this is. And the polyam ending that's exactly how it goes for me. Like, polyamory at the forefront? Yes, please. Can we have that more? I'm so tired of love triangles. Just give me more polyamorous stuff without the love triangle angsty jealousy bullshit. I don't want that. Oh, it's so good. I'm just sitting here being like, I don't want it to be over, but it is. I guess I was gonna possibly play some more stuff, but I know Jeremy's about to leave for work, so I'm gonna go say goodbye to Jeremy because, like, you know, because I love him and I want to go say bye. And I don't know, I'm gonna go get breakfast, I guess, but I'm also gonna, I don't know, maybe if I'm still up, I'll come back. I don't want to start anything new today, but I'm like near the end of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I haven't streamed any of, but like I might stream it anyway. Just, I'm about to go to the Temple of the Ancients. Maybe I'll stream that. Fucking, I don't know, guys. Check out the gallery or music screen if you want. Oh, I think I've already been through. Well, no, not necessarily, since... Oh, hell yeah. Women. Oh. It's so weird seeing, like, early, like, chapter 1 images of Aina, just because, like, the characters have all gone through such transformation over the past 7 years, you know? I mean, you know. I don't have to tell you that. Oh, there he is, the round boy! Oh, no. Oh, fuck yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna see. I think it's still too early for me to host somebody like Rummy. That makes me sad. But I'm so hungry now. I'm thinking about potatoes like crazy. I want to go get potatoes. Holy shit, nobody's online. Wow. I guess I just don't follow any morning streamers. Okay, well, I'm gonna go now. And there's like a 50-50 chance that I could come back later and play some Rebirth. And there's also a 50-50 chance that later tonight me and Jeremy will be here playing Yakuza. Who knows? But thank you so much for being here with me for this whole thing. I really loved this so much. I'm glad that y'all were here watching it with me. Okay, drink water, take your meds, go get some food, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Bye!